responded.
Yeah.
From your point of view.
Yeah, because I seen the video, and when I seen the video, I was like, oh, they turning up. They was on this boat having a good time. And I was like, no, we need a girl version.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went to the studio with my family friends.
Woo! All right, everybody. This is My Wand here at Dash Radio with the queen. Do I say the queen of slime or the slime queen?
I don't know. Some people say Queen Slime.
Oh, Queen Slime. Okay, I'm here with Queen Slime, Karlae in the house. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I feel good. I'm happy to be here.
We are happy to have. We're super happy to have you. You know, I'm like a music. I'm like a music head to the core. Mm-hmm. And when I listened to your last two songs, the last two that I had checked out did that in Blind.
Yes.
Both had a common thread in them that I wanted to give you. I wanted to tie this in with my gift. So I gift every artist I speak to an album from my CD collection.
Okay.
So I was going to give you something from Atlanta, but then I said, you know what? I was like, she's from North Carolina.
Right.
I thought about giving you P.D. Pablo, the album that has
I would have loved that.
North Carolina, come on and raise up.
Take your shirt off.
But listening to Did That and listening to Blind, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give her P. Diddy and the Family.
Oh, thank
No
you.
Way Out. That is yours to keep.
You know, I'm going to put this in I want to do like the resin thing, like the clear.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thought, you know what's so dope is, I don't know if you realize, your last two singles flipped Bad Boy records.
Yeah.
So dope.
No.
And
thank you.
Also, so there's two things I want to speak about. The the word P. Diddy and the Family, right? You're part of two music families.
Right.
First, your actual biological family.
Right.
If I'm correct, your mom and pops were both in music.
Yeah. Yes.
Pops was was a manager?
Yes. And he's a club owner as well, like a very prominent club in North Carolina. And my mom does artist management too.
How fucking dope. Yeah. So you've been around music since you were like a
long
toddler.
Time. The lifestyle, a long, long time.
Okay. I wanted to start with that because I feel like women in this industry, especially like women of color, you have so many hurdles. And you have so many people saying that like, yo, she's not a musician. Oh, she's Young Thug's girlfriend.
Exactly.
Oh, she's this and that. So I wanted to begin this interview by identifying that music's been a part of your life, like since you were a child.
Thank you.
You've written?
Really, like forever.
Yeah, and so that's gonna be the basis of everything we speak on because I don't want to. I feel like you're gonna have, you're still gonna have this such a tough time with people accepting that you're a musician. Because people just want to hate.
I know, and you gotta convince them. So, and I'm gonna do that with my music. So I understand. I understand, honestly. But thank you, because this was well thought out, and I appreciate that.
No, of course.
Sometimes you get gifts, and it's just like whatever. But this was well thought out.
Oh, of course.
It has a story behind
it.
It
was between that and Usher My Way.
Okay.
But I felt like Usher My Way was just me forcing the Atlanta label on you.
No, I definitely I'm a Usher fan.
Okay,
but it was more so, it's 7 o'clock
on the dot. They got the drop top cruising the streets. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you actually travel really well between R&B and rap.
Thank you.
Really well. Like, Did That was straight rap.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, it was.
Correct?
No, you're correct.
And it was bars with no auto-tune. What was so dope is you flipped, I don't remember what Bad Boy record, but you flipped a Bad Boy record.
Feels So Good.
Feels So Good. Yeah. Mace. Shout out to Mace. But then you actually delivered the record in that like 90s hip hop.
Right. I think so too.
Was that by like intention?
It was. So, I mean, because I feel like it was like the vibe, like because of the sample, the original record anyways. But I said the same thing. And you're the first person to tell me that and confirm it, because I felt like that. Like when I heard the song, after I did it, I was like, this puts me like in that era, like right there.
Even the video.
No.
Who did the video? Was that
Sam McKnight.
Okay. Did you have any say in the like artistic direction?
I picked a treatment.
Okay.
Like I got a few treatments and I picked it, and what stood out to me most was the similarities with like the
Flavor in
original
Your
video.
Ear.
Yeah, with the Feel So Good video with Mace.
Oh, I didn't pick that up. I picked up the anyway the
like the I guess the fisheye lens kind of.
Yeah.
I love that. So it was
the shiny latex.
And then just like far as the era, just more so the blonde hair. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That Lil' Kim. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you know what? Actually, so if you watch, there's a video for Flavor in Your Ear. The original video, a lot of it's the same with the two black couches. Okay. And the white backdrop.
I'm gonna watch it.
And just the artist. I think maybe with the treatment, they might have like kind of. Okay.
No.
So there's another video right now of Pusha T's Diet Coke. Okay. He specifically copied that Flavor in Your Ear video. He like went out and said it like we literally did that to a T. So there's a lot of similarities in your two videos.
No, I gotta check that out.
I just thought that was in such good taste.
No, you put me onto something, so now I gotta go check it out, and I'm gonna tell people.
No, and you killed it with that, like, cause you on Blind, I would say you're making music more in like today's fashion. Yeah. Blind, auto-tune heavy. Right. Very melodic. Yeah. Less like rap bars. Right. More like melodies.
Yeah. And then it's like the hook is super, like you said, melodies and stuff and the auto-tune. And then I go into rap. I feel like I wanted to have like a contrast there. Like,
yeah. Well, all your songs are real different. One thing I would say is I don't want to put you into any box. Even if I tried, I don't know what box I would put you in.
Right. I don't know either. People ask me that all the time, and I'm like, I'm not being funny. I really don't know because I feel like I'm attracted to so many different sounds. So I don't know.
Yeah, like, and I think you're so young in your artistry.
Right.
There's no need to define
just have fun and create. Dope shit. That's the goal. Right?
And that's how it all began for you. What I love about your story is, if I'm correct, you began by, on your own limb, you did a remix to Young Thug and Future's Relationships, and you responded. Yeah. From your point of view.
Yeah, because I seen the video, and when I seen the video, I was like, oh, they turning up. They was on this boat having a good time. And I was like, no, we need a girl version. Mm-hmm. So I just went to the studio with my like family friends or whatever, and I did it. And I was just like, I'm in a relationship with that, like, you know. And I like leaked it on live, and somebody put it on YouTube, and I got like good reviews or whatever. People was like, drop that. Yeah. I was like, are y'all serious? Like, this is just something for me, just like playing around. And then that's how I feel like my start of music came.
Absolutely. And I think that's so beautiful because, I mean, from everything I read, even from you confirming, like, that was a spur of the moment.
Right. It was.
It wasn't like manufactured.
Right.
Thug didn't call you. Kevin Liles didn't call you and tell you to go do this. It
wasn't like, okay, this is a plan to be an artist. It really wasn't. I just had fun in that moment. I wanted to go with it.
And you're really on it. That's what I actually want to give you a lot of props. You are working your ass off.
Thank you.
You've done, if I'm correct, 3 videos in the last year.
Yes.
Like big budget videos.
Yeah, no, I have.
You have been grinding.
Thank you.
So before you were an artist, I'm always going to say, like, if I'm correct, 'cause I do a lot of research. Let me know if I'm wrong. Yeah. Around 2014 to 2016, you launched swimwear line.
Yeah, I did.
On your damn own, right? Mm-hmm. This was before things really became like you were in the media for being with Young Thug, right? Mm-hmm.
That was like, like I just had a passion for like, I love fashion anyways. And I don't know, I got into designing because of mutual friends I had, well, you know, with me and this other female. And I was like, I want to do something like different. I chose swimwear. And I launched, and that was like right before actually I met him. And 2016 was like my first run selling stuff. I made a good coin, you know, so I was like, I feel like I was addicted to the hustle. So I kept it going, and I was like a brand ambassador for other companies and stuff. So I was just making my own dollar at the time, you know, just trying to get some traction. And now here I am doing music.
That's so amazing because to me, no matter what people, like, you already know, you're going to get tons of just naysayers. A, because you're a woman.
Exactly.
B, because, you know, the fact that, you know, you dated or are dating one of the biggest artists of our generation. Right. But what I think is so beautiful is you can always be like, look at the track record. You were getting it on your own prior to that. Right. And I wanted to ask, do you feel like you having your swimwear and all your stuff together impacted you and Thug kind of like working out and being so cool?
Right. Ask me one more time.
So sorry. No. Do you feel like the fact that you created your own kind of foundation on your own?
Yeah. No. like, did it contribute to?
Yeah, was he like attracted to that by chance?
I think so, and I think more so it was like my drive to do something on my own. Like when I first met him, when we did talk about like, okay, what's your goals? What are you trying to do? I told him about like my swimwear line I had started, and basically, I mean, he just was like, I want to like invest and I want to help you like make it bigger. And I was like always like creating something or thinking about like another business I could do. I had like a company called Fergo where I sold faux furs, and like he was like down for that. He was just like, whatever you want to do, like I'm just happy you trying to like you're trying to make your own money and stuff. So.
And no, I feel like me personally in my relationships, I've always dated women who kind of like are on their own too.
Right.
Not as like an insecurity, like I don't want to have to provide. Right. More of like I get inspired by that.
Right.
When I wake up, I remember I dated one girl who would wake up before me for work.
Right.
And I couldn't sleep after that.
No.
Because in my head, I'm like, oh, she's on her way to work. It's 6 a.m.
Right.
What the fuck am I doing?
Right. And it makes you be like, okay, by the time she gets back or she comes, like, what am I doing?
What
have I done today?
Absolutely.
That's definitely my vibe. Like, sometimes, like, I'll have days, of course, where I know I need to get rest and stuff. But lately, this energy that's been coming over me is like, I can't sleep. Like, I can't sleep in, or I can't feel like I'm not doing anything. It bothers me. Unless I really feel like, bro, you need a break. Get some rest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I feel like for right now, I'm, like, really on the grind.
No, you really are. Yeah. Like, multiple LLCs. Like, you got businesses you're running. You're doing music. You're still doing the fashion.
Right.
Yeah, you really grind.
Thank you.
You really grind. And you said something once, I don't know if it was on Twitter or somewhere else, but are you still waking up at 10 every day? Right. You said you wake up at 10, like, no matter what.
No, so lately, I'll go through these, like, spurts. Okay, so this morning, I woke up at 6 a.m., and I guess because of the time difference.
Oh.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like I love it because I'm here. Like, I love the time difference because I feel like I was like, I woke up at 6. Like, even though I'm getting a little I'm cheating a little bit, but yeah, like, it's like sometimes I'll go through phases where I just feel like I just can't sleep in. Like, my body just get up.
Yeah, and but you have long nights in the studio.
No, I do.
I see you, like, how many days a week you go to the studio?
So now I've been going at least, like, at one point I was going like 4 days out of the week. Wow. And now since I finalized my next project, I've been taking a break.
Good. Just
because I had like a crazy creative block. And it was more so because I just wanted to like figure out like my project and what I wanted on there. So it's like I just only could think about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to get a spark of creativity. And that's why I don't know, I love being in LA. I feel like I get so inspired.
Absolutely. And I think for you, music and fashion go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a coincidence that you know, you have such a close relationship with one of the fashion icons in hip hop.
Right.
The first dude to wear a dress.
I know. That's so crazy.
To me, that's not a coincidence at all. And I think for you, even being in LA, our fashion scene is so much bigger than Atlanta's.
Right.
Our music scene in Atlanta's are like neck and neck.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
But fashion-wise, like, I think you're gonna get a lot of inspiration out here.
Right. No, for sure. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what are some? So Did That is out now. Blind's been out. So many good records.
Yes.
Like they're all so different.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. For you to even notice, that means something.
No, of course.
I love it. I'm just over here like bathing in like I'm like, yes.
Look, anybody who puts so much into the music, you know, having worked this side of the industry for years, it's not easy. And I think a lot of people at home will see you on World Star and assume, she's good. And
oh no, they think it's like a piece of cake. Like, oh, you just woke up and you said you want to do this. I'm like, no. Some days I'm crying because I'm like, I want this, I want this, I want that. Like, as far as like my music, and I put a lot of time in. Like, just even I'm so tedious. Like, when my music is getting mixed down, I'm so tedious. Like, I have so much respect for myself just jumping into this lane of music, just because it's like I take my time just to fine comb everything. People wouldn't expect that, I think, because they feel like, what you know about music?
100%.
Like, you know?
You're going to have to deal with that for some time now. But what's so great is the team you have around you. No,
yeah, I love them.
No matter what anyone can say, you have a record with Doug.
Right.
You have a record with Yachty. You have a record with Dirk, right?
Exactly.
If I'm correct, you got a record with Gunna too?
Yes.
Jesus
it's dropping on my.
Christ.
I already have one out with Gunna and Thug, but the record I'm finna put on my project, I'm finna drop next with me and Gunna is insane.
Okay.
And the record I have with Dirk is actually it was Trippie. Well, I work with. It was originally me and Trippie Redd, and then Dirk got on it. So, and I hit Trippie. He's like cool as fuck. Like he support me too. He was talking to Slime or whatever. He was just like, go up, put a verse on there, like, and that's just sitting in the vault, and that's like 2.5 years old. Wow,
you got.
But it's cold. Like,
how many records
hard.
you got in the vault?
I can't count. I'm not going.
Okay, so you got like hundreds,
It's a lot.
I imagine.
Yeah, no, I really do have a lot.
Okay.
And like, some of them are unfinished, so I can just go back and like,
Yeah.
But I have a lot.
Okay. And what can we expect as far as the sound of the project? Is it going to be just like everything you dropped, kind of a little bit of everything? Or are you honing into one sound?
It's a little bit of everything.
Ooh, I like that.
Like, and I love it because it's like I finally I feel like I have a record. For example, it's called Wishful Thinking on there, and it's really like the name Wishful Thinking. It basically is for women. It talks about your ideal guy, who is a sneaky Lincoln, and I feel like people never really got that side of me, and I feel like that's something people want to know, like what's on Karlae's heart and her mind.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get real personal with her. So, and I gave them that on this, particular record. But then you have a record on there, like it's called Chit Chat.
Okay.
And I go off the gate like talking shit. Like,
okay.
I'm like going in, like I'm
Cardi
mad.
B energy.
Yeah, like right. So it's like I feel like it's
a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so having been in, and you're still in the public eye so much, you know what I mean? Like if you, for example, if I go to Target tonight, anywhere in America with a girl holding a hand, it's not gonna matter, right? If God forbid you walk into Target with some dude holding a hand,
oh God,
it's gonna, right? So do you ever, or does it ever drain you being in the public eye so much?
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes you're just being cool. Like sometimes you're just like, which now I'm more so at a place where it's like my friends are my friends, but you'll just be going out, and especially in LA.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, with this being like Hollywood, all of that stuff, it's like you have to be, people want you to be super mindful. So it's like you go somewhere, it's like, oh, is it something going on? Like, and honestly, like I never been tied to anybody in the music industry except the one person, that I was with. So it's just kind of like, I got to be mindful about certain things.
Yeah.
But I'm now on a vibe to where it's like I'm living my life. I'm
okay,
linking.
Good.
And I have so many friends in the industry that's like rappers. They support me, male and female. So I'm out.
Okay, good.
Side.
Good. Just because I feel like that's not an easy thing to deal with, being in the spotlight as a romantic.
Right.
But then being in the spotlight as an artist.
Yeah.
And you guys, you and Doug are still really close, I can tell.
Yeah.
So you guys still talk like every day, every other day?
Yeah, no, we're good friends.
Hell yeah.
We maintain a good understanding.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I could tell. I could just see, even from like 300, the label,
right,
reaching out to me directly. Like they
right,
never reach out to me
right,
directly, and they
right,
were like, "Yo, Karlae's in town."
Right.
Before I even looked you up, for like 300 to reach out directly,
right,
they could have told me their mom was in town.
Right.
We were gonna be doing this,
Yeah.
But yeah, I could tell that the label and more of like the family.
Right.
I feel like 300. Back to why I gave you that album. 300 is like a family.
No, it really is. Like, it really is.
Even me reading and researching like how Lil Baby got on, how Gunna got on, it's really like a family.
No, and that's important to your success for any artist.
Yeah.
But I really feel like they got me. Like I'm always like, I know everybody at the label like 100% like believe in me.
100%. And honestly, you've been like, you might be hard on yourself, but you've been doing a great job.
Thank you.
Great job. Like you haven't cut corners. Videos. I love artists who put a lot into their videos, because music videos, it's not like the MTV days where it's like on TV all day.
Right.
But you still put a lot into your videos.
I know I do. I'm like so over the top with it.
I love it.
And the thing is, like, now I'm getting into just like thinking about more ideas. Like before, I was like, okay, pick a treatment. Now I'm like, I got this idea, write it down so I can do it next time.
Yeah.
And it's fun too. Like that's why I love doing music. Like I feel like every song I get a chance to just like let my alter ego show or just whatever I'm feeling at the moment come out. What did that? I was giving like badass.
It was like
so I was
Lil
on
Kim.
set, like like I was on set.
I felt
really,
like that Lil Kim
no,
energy.
I'm telling you, like I was really like that. After I left, I was like, whew.
Yeah.
Like I need a pat on the back. Like I killed it. Like so it's I don't know. Like it makes me feel good.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely like a creative to the core. But also, you were educated, like in the sense you graduated, right?
Yes, I did.
College? That's
no, I didn't graduate.
I thought I read Google fucked me
Oh
up.
my God. Oh no, I did. I went to the Art Institute.
Yeah,
for a year and a half, but I didn't get to graduate.
No, you did your thing though.
I was still, I was doing my business stuff. So
yeah.
I was on the road with those.
But you were in school though, so you're educated. Like
yes, heck yeah.
I felt like you had good grades in high school.
Oh no, I had terrible grades.
What?
Oh yes.
I don't know why I felt like.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to cut you off. Let me tell you
please.
what's funny. So when I first second year, I was with Thug. He posted me, and somebody from my high school class commented and was like, "She was always cute, but she failed algebra." So I clicked the page. I was like, who is this? So I went on there, and it was a guy in my algebra class, and I was like, I remembered him, and there was a guy I used to be like, give me the answers, like, you gonna help me? And he was commenting. I'm like, you're a hater. I blocked him, but I mean, in school, I'm more so was like, I'm super book smart, and I'm super, street smart, all of that, but school I've been a rebel. I'm like, not a rebel, but I like my own rules.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
honestly, like, people always say, like, I know you made straight A's. And I'm like, I got to be real with you, But I always was eager to stay in school and never quit,
Yeah, and I feel like if you wanted straight A's, you would have got
Oh,
it.
no, for sure.
You know what I mean?
What? Like a
That's
piece of
like
cake.
what I meant. You're smart.
Yeah,
I
but
could
piece
tell
of
you got
cake,
IQ
yeah.
on you. So your parents being so ingrained in music, did you know as a kid, like eventually you were going to be an artist?
I would say I wanted to do something. In music.
Okay, always.
Because my mom was at the time working with Keisha Cole when I was younger.
That's what I was going to ask, who your parents manage or who they
Yeah,
around.
so my mom was working with Keisha Cole, and
as a manager?
yeah, no, she co-managed her with someone else.
That's
and
so
kinda,
fucking
she
dope.
was assisting her,
That's so dope.
She was working alongside her managers, she knew them and stuff, and I feel like she was seeing her. It was just a big, I don't know, I looked up to her in so many ways. She just lived this life
Keisha,
black
right?
Ferrari with pink rims, you know what I'm saying, diamonds. So when I was young, I seen it up close, and I was like, I want to be like.
What do you mean up close? Were you at studio sessions, at video shoots?
She picked me up from school before in her Rolls Royce.
Keisha?
Yes. Picked me up
Hold
from school
on.
before. It's exclusive because a lot of people don't know.
Oh my God, this is special. You had Keisha Cole pick you up in a black Rolls Royce with pink rims?
Well, it wasn't. No. Her Ferrari was black with pink rims.
Okay.
Her Rolls Royce was, I think it was silver at the time. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
That's still crazy.
Yeah, she was with my mom.
Atlanta or in Atlanta?
Yes.
Wow, you must have been the talk of the town when that
At Peachtree
happened.
Middle School, yes.
People at Peachtree must have been tripping.
Right.
Because if I'm doing math correct, that's around the time that she dropped Let It Go. If you don't want it,
exactly.
you can't get it.
Was it Let It Go?
I changed my mind.
She had you. Yeah, no, it was around the I
changed my mind.
Yeah,
oh
it was
wow.
that era.
What about Pops? Was there any artists that he worked with that are notable?
No. He more so does my dad is in the funeral business, and he's also he owns a club, and he does bookings and stuff for several artists, for Young Thug.
Oh, okay.
He did for him, so different artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides Keisha Cole, do you have any other childhood memories of the game or artists?
Yeah, I mean, I do. My mom was working with Future's close friend, kind of label mate type thing, Young Scooter.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was around them, just seeing them in the studio go hard, making different music. Got to see that up close. So
they must be so proud, all these people.
Yeah, no, I think they are. They're rooting for me.
Yeah, and they've seen you as a kid.
Right.
Have you ran into Keisha since you've been on?
I we'll speak through Instagram and stuff.
Okay.
I seen her a few years ago, at a club. But when her mom passed, I reached out to her and stuff like that. But I know she's proud.
Yeah, well, that's still so beautiful. I think one day, full circle, like maybe it'll be one of her kids. Like you'll go pick them up from school.
No, really. Like I think, and I don't even think she knows like how influential she was on me. Like even back then, seeing her closets, I used to be like, I'm gonna be like this. Like
wow.
I knew I wanted the finer things.
You were that close with her. Like you were in the room, in the closet.
Yeah, no, like very close. Like,
wow,
a
Keisha.
niece to her.
I hope Keisha gets to see this clip.
Me too.
I'm gonna try to tag Keisha and everything.
No, please.
Just so she understands like that impact.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of artists aren't given their flowers.
Yeah, no.
And this is a moment she can understand a life that she impacted.
Yeah, no, really, she did. Like, I wanted to be like her.
So I was trying to look up who your mom or dad had managed because I wanted to go and get you that album.
Right.
Now I know. Next time you come, I'm giving you the Keisha Cole debut album.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I got one more music question, and then I'm gonna pull up 5 recent tweets you've done that I think are really dope and inspirational, and I want to analyze them with you. So last music question I have is your process going into a studio. Because you do music, like you might sing, you might straight rap, or you might do a little bit of both.
Right.
Do you go into the studio knowing what you want to do?
No. Unless so honestly, like when I first started doing music, I was a little bit more structured, and I'm getting back to that now, but like I would sit home the night before and pick a beat and write, like literally physically write. And
Hell
then
yeah,
I would have
writing
an
your own
idea.
stuff.
Yeah, I would have like an idea. And then more so now I go in the studio sometimes because it's so much pressure, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? What I want to do? How do I feel? I'm feeling like a bitch. No, I'm just saying.
No, how do you
I'm like,
feel?
I'm gonna
Sad.
talk shit, right?
Yeah.
I feel sad, and I'll go from there. And then, like I said, sometimes I might just go on there and like lay melodies and stuff, and and then whatever. And then sometimes I have a creative team there with me to give me ideas and bounce off of them. So that is hilarious. Sorry, but yeah,
that is hilarious. So everyone knows there's a car with a top down with 2 dogs hanging out.
Really.
It's almost like dogs are driving the car.
No, it's like dogs are driving the car. This is crazy.
Hollywood's crazy.
I love Hollywood,
I
though.
know,
That's
right?
why.
So you let the kind of whatever you're going through at that time dictate the experience.
Exactly.
Because I imagine that, one, knowing that you had done poetry, I was going to ask you and you just answered it. So you write. You actually write.
Yeah, but most of my poetry was like real like personal to me. Like just stuff like I'd be going through and thinking about, or if I wanted to write that love letter to that certain someone.
Do you ever get worried that people decipher your lyrics like to Young Thug? You know what I mean? Do people ever take your love songs and be like, oh, she's adding Young Thug?
Or sometimes if it's something bad, like, I think when on Higher and Higher, I did a song and I was like, no, I'm not. I just said, I can't remember. But I said, I'll become a cheetah. Like, but I was saying like, it was like, yeah, I got spots on this drip dog like a fucking cheetah. And then I was just saying, like, I'm not playing with you, I'll become a cheater. But it wasn't meaning literally. It was just saying on some shit like girl empowerment. Like,
that's going to happen to you for the rest of your career.
People, like, whatever. But I don't know. I just was like, it's music. And even Thug told me that. He was like, bruh, it's music. Like, he got songs, he say crazy shit.
No,
like,
of course. Well, that's good that you two have the understanding. Because us fans, like, fans are stupid as hell. I'm like, we're the dumbest people in this entire equation. And we're always going to read your lines, trying to find subliminal shots at Thug, or read his lines, trying to find subliminal.
When he said, I told my bitch no more ass shots, do you know how many people added me and was like antagonizing me? And when I tell you, I was like, how y'all even, what made y'all think me? Like, that's crazy. But now when I'm in the club, I'd be like, I told my bitch, like, I just, because it's like, doesn't mean you talk about me or something. It's music, and it was a memorable bar. That's all that matters. Like, we having fun.
No, absolutely. Well, Jay-Z's, Blueprint 2 was called A Gift and a Curse. Do you feel like your I don't mean relationship like dating, just your overall relationship you have with Young Thug as a friend and as a close friend of yours, you feel like it's more a gift or a curse?
I would say 50-50.
Yeah, right. Because I feel like it's in real life, it's a gift. But I feel like from the outside looking in, from the media, it's a curse because they're always just like, they're trying to drag you down.
Exactly, and they're always trying to put me with this and that, and like it's crazy. Or I don't know. I feel like I have to be super, super calculated if I ever was to get another Prince Charming or something, because it's just like with Thug,
Absolutely.
But for the most part, and I feel like people always also like, oh, we only know you because of this, and I'm like, well, at least somebody knows me,
Certainly.
So it doesn't matter, but it's also, I mean, the beauty in it is a gift. So
yeah, and look how having records with Gunna, having records with Yachty, Dirk. I think that's part of the gift. So I would say it's more so a gift, but I think in the public eye, it's gonna look like a curse because people, you already know, girl. You're already trained for this. People are gonna be on your ass.
And also, someone told me before, good press or bad press, at least they talking about you.
All press is good press.
So it's like, look, like all I can do is roll with the punches.
Exactly, and I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I think you've done an incredible job. Even researching you, there wasn't a lot of negatives. It was just people making shit up.
Yeah, no, it
fake
totally
headlines,
is.
clickbait.
Yeah, like that's
like
it.
That.
But I mean, I feel like I'm definitely gonna give them something to talk about when I drop Enter, my project. So
have you given out the name of your project?
Well, so this would kind of be like my second time, but my official time. And the name is Enter.
Enter.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like entering into my world, into like my music world.
I like that.
And it's like finally, when you press enter on a computer, you're going into something. Finally,
Yeah.
enter. So
I like that. Shout out to.
guess what? Treasure helped me come up with that name.
Shout out to
Treasure.
Treasure, I use your interview to get info on Karlae, so shout out to that. Well, we're gonna end this with some of your tweets.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull up 5 of your tweets that I thought were inspirational, and when we put the video together, people will be able to see these on the screen.
Okay.
So hopefully they're not, I don't think they're too crazy.
Well, I mean, I can get crazy on
you. Okay, well, hey, I'm gonna say this. You tweet a lot, which I love.
I tweet a lot.
So I was only able to really go back like 6 months because you have so much tweeting. So I love this one. I don't seek validation from people I don't spend my days with. That's why I'm me.
All right.
If you clarify, like, are you talking to you don't care what people say online?
Yeah, like, I mean, online or just like, yeah, really online. Really, that's really what I'm saying. Basically, like, I'm not looking for you to accept me and love me. I don't spend my days with you,
I love that.
I feel like you can't really come up with like, you can't judge me. You're not with me every day. So why should I care about you validating me? Like, I think she's this. How? You don't
who the
spend
fuck
days
are
with
you?
Yeah, like, and I think that should go for any living being. Like,
Yes, especially people in the spotlight. Like, fame is a motherfucker. Jay-Z once said, like, fame is the worst drug. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
No, seriously.
Fame is a motherfucker.
It is.
So good. I'm glad that you don't seek validation from people you don't know.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
What a beautiful thing.
That.
No, of course. Can't wait to have babies.
Yeah,
you said this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I can't wait to have babies.
Are you crazy?
I want babies, a few babies.
You're so busy. How are you going to take care of those little things?
I don't know. I feel like God is going to give me babies when it's like the right timing.
Okay.
And I'm going to find a way. Cardi B is doing it. Look at her. She's
100%.
killing it.
100%.
And Beyonce. I mean, but she's Beyonce, whatever. So, but
yeah.
still, I can figure it out. I feel like you have that mother nature thing that
You're still so young, though.
I know. That's why I'm not rushing it. But I'm just saying I can't wait.
This was like, I felt like this was like a mating call.
Like right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready.
No, that's so funny. No, it is. So, I mean, if somebody's like really ready to be
Jeffrey, hop on the phone. No, I'm playing.
Right.
I think he would be a great father. I don't know if you would agree.
No, I think so too.
He's from when I met him, I've only been able to sit or stand this close to him once. It felt like he had a really big heart.
No, he has a huge heart. Like,
and you mentioned it once. A lot of the times we see him on camera, he's over-exaggerating him being high or drunk.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, he's not like, people think that he's like so checked out. And I just I had to let people know. I'm like, that's not him. Like, it's not. I feel like people will catch certain moments of him and then plaster it everywhere. And it's not that. So I just want to let them know, like, he's very, very intelligent.
Absolutely.
Very
I mean, look at the one
alert.
time we saw him in a dress versus the 1,000 times he dressed normal.
Right,
clothes.
exactly.
We always bring up the dress.
He's very smart.
Yeah, very, very smart.
So
this next one, I really just want peace.
I was saying, yeah, that's what I want. Like,
I want to
I feel
ask.
like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
Yeah, no, some days, like, I just feel like, just with, like, the highs and lows of being an artist, it gets kind of tricky. And some days I just, like, want, like, more. I want to be in certain places. And some days I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to, like, chill. And then it's like I got work to do. I have a lot of people that's, like, looking to me and depending on me, so I want to make them happy.
Certainly.
And also when I said peace, it's just, like, no drama.
Yeah. Well, do you feel like, so you said this February 17th of this year, so about like 6 weeks ago.
Right.
Would you say now you have peace, at least today?
I had a crazy day today.
Damn, okay.
But I'm still at peace. Like yeah, I have peace. And also my project is done and turned in. So
oh, you turned it in?
Yeah, so I feel
I
was like off of everybody's
heads. Is turned in. You entered that motherfucker.
Right. So yeah.
Congrats on that.
I just try to tweet like whatever I'm feeling.
No, I love it. You're so active on Twitter. I was telling Alex, our cameraman, that like I literally scrolled for hours trying to get to your last year tweets.
Right.
And I ended up in February.
Right.
I was like, she's active on Twitter.
No, yeah, and I have like my own like world of like fans and supporters on there. It's crazy. Like more so than Instagram or anything. Like girls really love the stuff that I say. They like,
absolutely.
Girl, we fuck with you.
I love it.
That, you know?
I felt the same way, you know? Well, we got another one that I love. Gotta stand on your business, or they gonna stand on you.
Right. So when I said that, I feel like if you don't really just like dictate your moves in business, I feel like people are just gonna like walk you like a dog. Like they're gonna make decisions for you, which isn't always bad. But I'm saying like if you don't stand on your business, they're gonna like, you know, stand on you. Like you have to speak up. I need this done. I need this and this. Because if you just like not on your, you know, your best foot, it's like I'm gonna do whatever with her. She don't take you serious. I don't.
That's how
so
artists.
I'll tell myself that, you know.
I love it because that's how artists get screwed over.
Yeah.
Left and right. You're not watching your money, or you're not watching what's happening.
Right.
So I love that.
Thank you.
I think it was great for you to clarify that. We got the last one here. I'm good at finding balance through unpredicted circumstances. That's why I'm a boss bitch.
Okay.
What's like a time when you were able to find balance through? Because I know what this means when shit hits the fan, right? You're kind of able to hold everything together.
Right.
You got an example?
I would say when people were like, I'm not gonna put any names, but when people were hitting me up just like about like the situation with me and Thug, and they felt like, oh, he was seen with this person, that person, like, and I was just like, all these people are writing me and just driving me crazy. Like, I just had to find like a peaceful moment just to be like, none of this matters. Like the real world right now it's a like the media and the internet isn't your world. Like
absolutely. And
I feel like that, and then because that was like a crazy time for me. Like I felt like everybody was just coming up with things, and I had people that were like trolling me, like want me to be heard or feel away, and I'm just like, you don't even know, like you're putting stuff on me that's not even there.
Yeah.
I feel like I found balance then, and then just like even with my everyday life, like anything that's unexpected, like I might go through it, but I'll get my shit together quick. Like I find that balance. Like I'll snap sometime and be mad and be upset, but it's like I just kick back to being like, okay, hold it in the road.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know?
Well, you got a lot of pressure on you. Yeah. I wanna say before we end this, no matter what people ever say about you, you are a self-made boss.
Thank you.
Just from the research I did.
Thank
and
you.
I don't even have the opportunity to say this to everybody, but you really were self-made.
Thank
and
you.
I think meeting Thug was such a beautiful thing for your life and career. And it catapulted you to the spotlight so fast that I think you would have hit regardless.
Right, exactly.
So with being catapulted there that quick, you're also gonna get a lot of hate that quick and get a lot of naysayers that quick. But motherfucking Karlae,
thank you.
You're queen slime.
I appreciate you. I really appreciate that. And it's all about just I gotta keep going. Like people gonna hate. Some people already have their mind made up. Mm-hmm. We can't change it. So I would say to anybody like just off of like I want that to be like a message. Like keep fucking going. And you can hop in any lane and devour it. Because that's what I'm doing. Like, I didn't know shit about music. I really just took a lane, and now I have all these features, and it's not off of just like look. So that would be like my message. So I appreciate you for seeing that.
Of course, of course. Well, if anybody is still a naysayer after this interview, go watch the video for Did That. You're gonna see a musician, someone who loves the art,
right?
Someone who's dedicated to the art.
Exactly.
And then go listen to Blind, and you're gonna realize the versatility on this motherfucker is crazy.
Just give me a chance and check my shit out, because it's hard. Okay.
I love that. So Enter will be out soon, I hope.
Yes, in a few weeks.
Woo! That's exciting. Alrighty.
A few weeks, Enter is coming.
Karlae, I want to congratulate you on all your success.
Thank you.
On the project.
You too.
Getting it turned in.
Thank you.
That's so dope.
And now we're gonna hit Enter.
Hey, we're gonna hit Enter on that motherfucker. And I really want to just wish you luck with the rest of your career.
Thank you.
Because the bigger you get, the more hurdles you're gonna get.
Right.
But I feel like Kanye said, like, God don't give me nothing I can't handle.
No, seriously, like it's like a grain of salt. You just gotta that small. All the problems.
So where can we find you online? Socials and everything?
On Twitter it's Karlae, OKAYKARLAE. Instagram is the same thing.
Let me do it. OKAYKARLAE. I love that. That was so saucy.
Yeah, because people like, okay, is it okay? And then this. So, yeah. But yeah.
Okay. Everybody go check out You Did That.
Yes, Did That and Blind.
Yes, and by the time most people will see this interview, the album Enter will be out.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see the public reaction, and we'll have you back here when you know next press
I can't wait to see you again
for the album.
Right. We're gonna talk about some even more shit.
Exactly.
Really dive in.
Next time we'll do the Drink Champs version. We'll do a 3-4 hour talk about your life and everything.
No, really, let's do it. I'm down for that.
Maiwan here at Dash Radio on Hollywood with Queen Slime herself.
Yes, your
Karlae.
girl Karlae checking in.
Yes. Go check out Did That. Enter. Be out soon.
Thanks.
Boom. Perfect. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Oh, thank you.
I thought we did a great job.